for Heidegger, one real powerful idea that has had a huge influence on me. He's had a huge influence on me in many ways. He's a big influence on what's called 4E cognitive science, and this whole idea about the non-propositional that was deeply, afforded by Heidegger and Merleau-Ponty. But I guess maybe the one idea, if I had to pick one, is his critique of ontotheology, his critique of the attempt to understand being in terms of a supreme being, something like that, and how that gets us fundamentally messed up, and we get disconnected from being because we are over focused on particular beings. We're failing to love wisely. We're loving the individual things, and we're not loving the ground from which they spring.
Can you explain that a little more? What's the difference between the being and the supreme being, and why that gets us into trouble?
Okay, so we talked about this before. The
Yes.
supreme being is a particular being, whereas being is no thing. It's not any particular kind of thing.
Got it.
And so if you're thinking of being as a being, you're thinking of it in a thingy way about something that is fundamentally no thingness.
Yeah.
And so then you're disconnecting yourself from presumably ultimate reality. This takes me to Tillich.
Mm-hmm.
Tillich's great idea is understanding faith as ultimate concern, rather than a set of propositions that you're asserting, right? So, what are you ultimately concerned about? What do you want to have? What do you want to be in right relationship to? Ratio religio. What? And is that ultimate? Is that the ultimate reality that you conceive of? Are those two things in sync? This has had a profound influence on me, and I think it's a brilliant idea.